quick, I wanted to show you my morning routine because I've been asked several times about my morning routine and like what I'm taking. So I'm gonna pull out all of my supplements because there's a lot of them, and at least you can see what I'm using. So I just, inside of a little container that I'm gonna just be mixing, I'm gonna pour in like my water, and I'm gonna start with my collagen. I mix 2 different kinds of collagen, and one of them has like 5 different kinds of collagen in it, and then it has MSM, glucosamine, and chondroitin. So I actually only take half of this one, and then I take, like, this is my more expensive one, but it tends to, like, it says it's not for weight management, but it tends to make me feel full, so I just take a half of the dose of that, and then I end up taking, and I know I'm not all like, you know, I got glasses on, this is regular day for me, so. And then I take my cheaper version, which is like, it's cheaper, but there's studies on this one that show that Verisol and Fortigel are good. So it doesn't have the 5 different kinds of collagen, but it's got the Fortigel and the Verisol. So I just take a half of a serving of that one. And that's mostly because, like I said, my other one, I bought this one to try it out, and it's fine. It's not doing anything bad to me. And I'm very funny about new things because sometimes I have weird reactions every now and then. But my original one is my more expensive one, and I like it because it's got 5 different kinds of collagen. I like it because the grain is a lot like more thin. The grain is like so finely mined that it more or less it dissolves in water better. And I like it because it's got the multi-joint complex in it. So, you know, I started taking this stuff because my nails were breaking and I was like having aches and pains, like something that my mom told me would happen at a certain point in life. And I was like, I woke up one day and it hurt, and that's how this happened. And then I'm taking my multi-absorb daily vitamins, which are good. And this one it's an unflavored, and all of this is unflavored because, you know, you may want to add your own things to it. So I just take a scoop of that. And then I'm a middle-aged girl, so it's good to have some kind of like perimenopause support. So I take my dose of that. And then for people who have PCOS, I have like some, it's myo-inositol and D-chiro-inositol. I take my serving of that. It kind of helps with insulin resistance, and it helps with, you know, womanly hormone regulation things. By all means, I'm not suggesting that you take it. I'm just letting you guys know what I take. This isn't medical advice. This is just this is what I like to take. And then I have this has helped me, DIM has helped me with PCOS related hairs all in the wrong place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. A lot of these droppers, I know the measurements off the top of my head, but you know, it's by the drop. And then pumpkin seed oil and saw palmetto is useful to make your hair thick. So I take my dose of that. Saw palmetto is also useful for men with prostate issues as well, but I'm just taking the dose that I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, So don't mind, like, if you're using a different if you're using it for different reasons, you might be taking a different dose. So I'm not even talking about doses here today, but I've optimized mine based on my healthcare needs. And then again, my pumpkin seed oil, I'm taking that. The dropper is like a little bit insane. So together, the saw palmetto and the pumpkin seed oil are good because it helps to decrease inflammation, which I think is great. So that's also going to help like with your hair growth and stuff. So that's why I take that. And then I've got silica. That's also going to help with your hair. And then I take biotin. That's going to also help with hair, skin, and nails, as does collagen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then finally, I take vitamin D3, K2. That is good for a lot of Black women because we tend to be low in vitamin D. And when your vitamin D is low, you're gonna be hurting. Not only that, oops, and I forgot something. And then I take calcium because middle-aged girlies, we need extra calcium for our bones. And it's got magnesium in it, which magnesium is good for like reducing blood pressure. It's also good as something to help you sleep at night. I actually take, how much of this do I take? 1,000. I take hey there. I take 2 of these calcium tabs. And the vitamin D3, K2 is going to help your calcium actually get absorbed in your bones rather than hardening your arteries, because calcium can actually do some bad things too. So I'm just a girl who's not able to like swallow a bunch of pills. So these are chewable. All right, so now I'm just gonna mix it all up. Oops, I forgot one thing. This is like my most requested thing. People that like are always asking me, oh, tell me about your vitamins, your supplements, tell me about your stuff. So I didn't grow up taking any vitamins at all. I wasn't a vitamin person. But I noticed when I got older, when my mom hit middle age, she had crazy levels of supplements. She had this supplement queen thing going on. I didn't know what it was about. And I'm just adding some electrolyte mix just because it's got, like, it's the flavor. Otherwise, it doesn't, I don't have anything in here that has specifically flavor other than some of the drops that I'm using. They have a little bit of like monk fruit extract and things like that. But I'm using this to optimize my womanly hormones. I know there's probably a bunch of dudes in here listening in, but probably there's a woman in your life or gonna be, so they probably need to know this stuff. But that's all the stuff that I'm taking. And to be honest with you, like, look, my nails had been breaking before. I just cut them last night. My nails are so long. I've never had nails in my life, and that's proof. I'm starting to grow hair. Like, I'm losing hair. I'm losing my chin hair, and I'm growing my edges. And I think it's this regimen. And I actually, the last thing that I added, because I add supplements one at a time, and I give it a few weeks before I add something new. because I'm always wondering if I'm gonna have some weird reaction, and I want to catch whatever thing I'm reacting to, and stop that. Rather than take 10 things at one time, I never ever do that. I started this regimen one at a time. One little by little, I started my regimen one at a time. And people ask me all the time, what am I taking? What am I taking? What am I taking? So I've actually, every time it's morning time, I just take it, and then I don't really talk about it. And then I'm like, end of the day, I've already taken it, so I can't tell y'all anything. So today I was mindful of it. And I'm like, oh, it's time for me to take my vitamins. I need to put my vitamins on the thing. So it's my most requested thing that out of nowhere people always ask. It's repetitively requested. So again, I take 2 different kinds of collagen. One's got 5 types of collagen, and it's got MSM. It's got MSM, glucosamine, chondroitin, and then I take half a dose of that, and then the other half of the dose, I just take another collagen with Fortisol and Verisol and Fortigel and Fortibone in it. So I do half and half, because my fancy collagen, it actually it doesn't say that it's used to manage weight, but I tend to feel full when I take the full dose. And when I first started it, it used to wake me up. And my ex was like this muscle man. And I was like, do you think the ingredients are making me wake up and giving me a super energy boost or something? He looked at it. He's like, he was one of these crazy muscle men. And he's like, no, I don't see anything in there. It's making you feel more wide awake. But it literally, if I took it after 5 o'clock, it was keeping me awake at night. And so my fancy one, it makes me feel full. I think low key, it does weight management. And at one point I was just getting too skinny, which I love saying, by the way. At one point I was honestly getting too skinny. So I cut that back in half. I started eating me some chocolate chip cookies, and I stopped exercising for a bit because I was just getting too skinny. And my mom was going to be calling and checking on me, talking about, girl, where have you eaten? Where are the burgers in your life? So I take my 2 different kinds of collagen. I take my myo-inositol, D-chiroinositol for PCOS. And then I take my DIM, that helps with PCOS. And I take just my multivitamin. This has got so much good stuff in it. And then I take my saw palmetto and pumpkin seed oil that helps with inflammation. And it also grows your hair. And then I take my perimenopause drops, because who's not middle-aged and needs help with that? I take liquid silica because it's going to grow your hair. Also biotin to grow your hair. And then I take my calcium with magnesium, which is for stronger bones. But calcium is dangerous if you don't take vitamin D3K2 with it, because it'll harden your arteries. Instead of strengthening your bones, it'll get stuck in wrong places. So this makes sure that it goes to strengthen your bones. And then inside of the calcium has some magnesium, which is good because magnesium relaxes your muscles so that it can help reduce blood pressure. And a lot of people are not actually taking potassium. I do have some potassium in my multivitamin. You have to be careful with potassium, but there's been, I'll just quote Dr. Berg on this. I'm not telling you to do it, but I don't take potassium right now. I haven't added that yet, but I do have some in my cupboard. I just add things one at a time because I don't want any weird reactions. And if I do get a weird reaction, I want to only discontinue the item that I think caused it. So I only add one new supplement every two weeks, or sometimes every 3 weeks. And this is a culmination of what I've added all year long. So I literally just added DIM maybe a month or so ago, and I literally realized that my chin hairs are disappearing. That is something new. And I noticed that now I've been taking the rest of my saw palmetto, pumpkin seed, which also helps with your hair growing thicker, silica. I've been taking those for maybe 3 months, but I just started the DIM. It helps to block androgens. So if you're like a really, active girly, if you know what I mean, your testosterone might be high. I'm an abstinent Christian, so that's not me. But I will say when your androgens are high, it can cause either male pattern baldness, or it can cause you to have chin hairs. For me, I was just growing chin hairs. So since I started taking that, it went away. That's like an absolute, I've been on it for like a month now. I just actually optimized up to the full dose. I was only taking like little drops, and then I optimized it over time because I was not sure what that stuff was going to do. So yeah, I'm really careful about it. So I'm not saying that you should take it or shouldn't take this, but people have been asking me, what's your regimen? What's your regimen? What's your regimen? And this is my regimen. I take this every day. And that's basically it. So hopefully if there's somebody out there that's like, what do you take? I'll try to remember to post this when I get a chance. But there's my other calcium. That's it. Those are my vitamins. Since I started taking vitamins, I don't have aches and pains anymore. So initially what I noticed is my nails were all splitting and breaking. All of them. And here, I just cut my nails last night. So this is what's left. This is what's left of my nails. I just cut them. They were like 3 times as long. That's proof. I've never had nails in my life. So my nails are super long. These are freshly cut from last night. They were literally, I wish I would have, I should have done the recording before then. They were like literally this long. My nails are crazy long. See, I just cut this one. This is the first break I've had in a long time. You can see the break here. But I also been working on my house and trying to like change lights and stuff outside. So I cut it. I hit it. See that? That's the first break I've had in a long time. And that's cut. That's a freshly cut nail. These nails were like this. If you've watched any of my old videos, my nails are like crazy long. They're like, they look like they're fake nails, and they're not. They're real. So for my ladies who are like trying to grow their hair, they're trying to grow their nails, you can take a look at some of these things. I've been like researching them for a while. I'm not going to say it's going to work for you, and I'm not going to tell you the doses. Do your own research. I'm not your doctor. Check with your doctor first, all that kind of good stuff. I started my supplements one at a time, so that if I had a reaction that I would know about it. And yeah, that's what's up. So that's really all I came on to say for the moment. I'm going to head back into the work. So y'all have a good one. And if I look a little weird, I'm in working mode. Sorry. Bye y'all.